it has brought us to this moment. Always great to ad-lib. Last night at Kiryat Shmona Community Center, I interacted with this lovely lady who told us how in November of 2023, when they were evacuated to a hotel in Jerusalem, Canadians came and did a sing-along with them, and how wonderful that was. And that some of you have your hands raised. She showed me a video of that wonderful time, and my colleagues and I who are here today were all situated in that video, and she told us how meaningful it was to her and to the partnership. In February of 2024, we came to Galilee for a coast-to-coast solidarity mission to listen and see firsthand how our remarkable partners on the ground were dealing with this unprecedented situation, ensuring that their communities were kept supported and intact despite them themselves being refugees in their homeland. It was incredible. I just want to take a moment to thank all of our local leadership for keeping your communities going. There are two things that stuck out for me from that coast-to-coast mission. The first was when we visited evacuees from Kibbutz Dan. We were at the Dan Hotel in Haifa. We were the first people that they visited with. And they said, everybody comes to this country and heads south. We are forgotten in this whole endeavor. And so they're so appreciative that we came to stand with them. I also recall, very last day of that wonderful trip, standing on the shores of the Kiryat, Zara had the Israeli leaders and the Canadian leaders discuss our hopes for the future of this region and what it could look like. And I remember turning to Sarah and asking if we should have a strategic, aligned, and collaborative approach to the philanthropy in this region and among our coast-to-coast federations. And in the twinkle of her eye, I could see she was a few steps ahead of me already and thinking of how we can move forward. So in case you think you have a brilliant idea, Sarah has already given it a lot of thought. We've heard about the philanthropy coming out of Canada, and together, today, we stand united in our commitment to the North. This is a true testament to the collective of Canadian Jewry, where we are contributing equally towards a shared vision, Project Regeneration. I want to take a moment to pause. This project is unique, not only in its scale, but in its collaborative DNA. It is a true partnership among our Canadian federations, and I want to thank my Canadian colleagues for helping to make this happen and for being here with us today. It is also a synergy between Canadian federations and our Israeli counterparts, between local and national experts, allocation committees, executives, boards, and lay leaders. Two sides of the ocean working as one, optimizing our collective brain power and our resources. There are no silos in how we're approaching this. Not one federation said, that's not my region, I'm not going to give there. Project Regeneration unites the federations of Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, and Coast to Coast Emergency Forum, who are each committing an equal share towards a joint goal for this northern region. The Coast to Coast group includes Jewish Winnipeg, Ottawa, Calgary, Edmonton, and Atlantic Jewish Council. We are also joined in this endeavor today with Victoria and Vancouver Island, Windsor, Hamilton, London, Ontario, and small communities in Ontario and Saskatchewan. Truly pan-Canadian. I am so proud of our work together and the impact that we can create when we galvanize the Canadian collective, an opportunity that is ensured that the smaller federations and communities could also join in something larger than what any of us could have accomplished on our own. This is the true spirit of what it means to be a Jewish federation and part of the Canadian collective. Our collective focus on Etzbach HaGalil is deliberate and deeply rooted. This region holds a very special place in our hearts, and because of these enduring relationships we've built over decades. When we asked residents what mattered most to them beyond security, of course you all know now, they spoke about education and academia, two sides of the same coin, and the foundation for a thriving future. Project Regeneration is about more than replacing what was lost. It is about building back better and building on the knowledge and the expertise from these decades of collaboration and the team of professionals we have here on the ground. This is why the establishment of, let's see if I get this name right, Tel-Hai University of Kiryat Shmona and Galilee is so crucial. The inside joke is there's been a few names that we've heard floating around the last few days. So we're glad we didn't buy the t-shirts. From my vantage point, this is not just a building, it's a beacon. With 10,000 students, hundreds of faculty and researchers, and thousands of volunteer hours dedicated to this region, Tel-Hai is transforming into an educational engine for the Galilee Panhandle. This journey has not been easy. It's taken vision, perseverance, and a deep belief in the power of regeneration. I want to thank the Jewish Federations of Canada, UIA, for their unwavering commitment and leadership, and to the Tel-Hai leadership. Thank you for hosting us and for being part of this transformation. Together, we are building more than a university. We are building hope, opportunity, and a future for the Galilee. Thank you.